Hi, this is Professor Schneiderman. Do not watch this video until you have read the first 4 letters from Robert Walton to his sister, Margaret Seythel. After you've stopped the video, read it, come back. Okay. So now that you've read the first 4 letters, if you were expecting Frankenstein to begin with a mad scientist trying to put together body parts to make a person, that's not where we start, right? We actually start with this British guy who self-educated and used his money to buy a boat and wants to do scientific experiments at the North Pole, right? Okay, and this is a frame tale. So you're actually encountering the story through another story, right? This story is going to lead us into the mad scientist story. So we're going to be focused in this class for the most part on close reading. And close reading is a technique of textual analysis which is only focused on what you have on the page, right? All of the evidence for all of your arguments will come from the book itself. I believe that close reading, which was the dominant mode of literary analysis and scholarship from roughly the 1930s to the 1960s, is the foundation of all other lenses of analysis and literary criticism. So for example, if you want to do a queer reading or a feminist reading or a critical race reading or an eco-critical reading, you are gonna have to be able to do a close reading first. I will say I am actually fascinated by the silence of Margaret Seythel. As readers, we are encountering these letters and we're in the position of Mrs. Seythel. We know that she's married. We know nothing else about her. Robert Walton tells her a lot of stuff about himself that she already knows, but we never ever hear a word about who she is other than that she was with him. I'm fascinated by this. So because we're doing a close reading, don't worry about the science, don't worry about the structure of ships and ship's crews. Like, I don't really know these ranks either. It's totally fine. But what I want to do is start kind of this close reading of the text. And so my first question for you, and I'll ask you to do 2 things. So the first thing is to tell me how you feel about Robert Walton. Tell me if you like him, if you don't like him, if you think he's inspiring, if you think he's frustrating. Kind of tell me how you relate to Robert Walton. And then I want you to find 3 sentences from the text that have shaped your opinion of Walton. So, for example, I quite like Robert Walton. And one of the sentences I would choose would be on page 14. He's just encountered this wretched person who's lost on the ice. And we will find out soon that that is Victor Frankenstein. That's the first appearance of Victor Frankenstein in the novel. And he's going to be the main character, or one of the main characters. And so when the crew discovers Victor Frankenstein, here's the sentence I would choose. When I appeared on deck, the master said, "Here is our captain, and he will not allow you to perish on the open sea." So the fact that the crew is convinced that Robert Walton will of course help this person, that when they encounter someone in need, the crew is so confident of Robert Walton's kindness, largesse, warmth, humanity, that even without asking him, they immediately say, "Don't worry, this guy's gonna help you." So however you feel about Robert Walton, put that into 3 or 4 sentences, make a paragraph, maybe 5. And then I want you to have 3 quotations from the text that show how that opinion has been shaped. Okay,